Hey guys, it's Friday and we're doing our Friday message and I have two special guests with us. You know Alexandria by now because she was on the podcast on Tuesday and she stayed here with us because her last words on the podcast on the episode were just try. And so of course I took that opportunity to stay here with me and do a Friday message because just try it. And so whatever comes through from spirit, we'll just take it because spirit is always right. Spirit is always true, and whatever comes through today, we'll just go with it. So, um, before we came on, oh, and besides that, Brian is her husband. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't want to just leave him out because he came to pick her up, and of course, Brian is someone who learned how to read the Akashic records, and I just told him and his wife earlier that he was such a good reader, and it's not just that he's doing readings, but he's truly channeling spirit, and he's just so good. And I was just astonished when he answered some of my questions when he did a practice reading. It was just phenomenal. So I know he's going to have he's going to be a great reader, channeler, whatever he thinks he wants to do with this. So that's why when he came and picked her up, I kind of roped him in, kind of talked him a little bit into like, doing a Friday message with us. So that's why we have a special treat for all of us today. So, um the first thing I want to talk about is I did pick a card and it says it's the White Witch, be the light. And really that goes with what we just talked about in the episode earlier. Just be the light, be the one who helps someone else, or be the light for someone else, or be the light for this earth we're living in. Okay, walk out of the darkness, walk into the light, and be the light for someone else. So that's what I'm hearing, and I really feel like that message is for you, Alexandria. You are such a bright, shining light, and I feel like that spirit is saying, be the light for someone else, and you are the light for other people, and you will be even more than you are now. So that's really, I feel like it's a message for you. Okay. And the other message I'm getting is the star ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. And I'm not making this up because we just talked about that.
Let's talk about
It's your gut feeling. So you just get firsthand, even when Indira and we say we don't make this up, we really don't. And spirit really always has the right message. Follow the voice of your soul. So that's the message for you and Brian and everybody else out there. If you have a strong gut feeling, follow the voice because it's the voice of your soul. And so that's what I want to get out there. And so I open it up to you guys. If you have a message, please,
that.
let's do it. Let spirit speak.
So I'll start and I'll
Yeah.
try my best.
Okay.
So I brought with me a set of oracle cards, and I'm learning how this stuff works. I'm trying my best to understand the language,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to find the right tools for myself. And I'm such a nature focused person now that I saw these cards and I was like, I have to get these. These are the ones.
Yeah.
And they are the Head Witch's Field Guide Oracle cards
Oh,
by
interesting.
Silo Thompson.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm like showing it off like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but a lot of these oracle cards are depictions of local flora and fauna, like not local flora and fauna, but
Mm-hmm.
flora and fauna and different plants in nature. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what better way to like start this journey than by
Yeah.
purchasing using these cards? So I'm
Absolutely.
gonna pull. I'll try pulling just like one card. Sometimes the cards kind of jump out. I
Uh-huh. Yeah.
realize, and I'm like, okay, that's
That's the
something.
one.
That might be the one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm just gonna see kind of what we get here. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, okay. So the card that I just pulled is the
Uh-huh.
card Build, and it's
Oh
got
my gosh.
a cat tail on it, And funnily enough, I recently was looking at some bouquets for the first time that had these cattails in them.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was trying to remember what the name of these specific plants were. And so to see
Uh-huh.
this and be like, that's what this is, I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's super beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. So these oracle cards have some like defining words associated with them. So the
Mm-hmm.
word with this card is, oh, sorry, is
Mm-hmm.
build.
Okay.
And it's really interesting because I feel like a lot of the things that we were talking about are things that are built upon each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Exactly.
building the skill set and building the knowledge, like all of these things take time and energy and practice to build upon each other. And I like to think about this in terms of like life is like a domino effect. You have
Mm-hmm.
to push one domino that will then push
Yep.
the next one that's a little bit bigger, and then the next one that's a little bit bigger. And it's almost like a chain reaction that is like building upon itself. So
Wow.
I that's kind of my understanding with this, where it's like, yeah, in order to learn that discernment, you have to build and build and build
Mm-hmm.
upon what you know. And at the same time, recognize, hey, the things that you might have built may need some tinkering, may need a little bit of change, because it may not be the most perfect, but because you've tried, because you've started, you still have something to build off of.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to try. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to
Exactly.
start building. So,
And you have to like find the courage to push the first domino and then let
yeah,
it go. Wow,
absolutely.
that's a beautiful message. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Brian, is spirit speaking to you today or no?
Yes, absolutely. And it started with your consideration of the White Witch and of the light,
Uh-huh.
and that's a consideration that I think about a lot. Just
Wow.
even today, like I was out and I had two recently, and I'm pretty even keel. I'd like to try and stay balanced. Like balance is where it's at. And there
Mm-hmm.
were two interactions with people. One was completely unprovoked, and the other one was just time, place, circumstance. And
Mm-hmm.
it really makes me think about having to like, and it plays into the building of like anchoring yourself in something worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
But the value of the anchor is only being able to root against like the rip current that like really like for myself it's like the emotion of
Yeah.
frustration, and it's terrible drivers, it's Kansas City, it's just the state of the world today, that people
Yeah.
are interested in what they're doing and they're already behind and no one understands and get out of my way. And it really takes away like the essence of like self and service,
Yeah.
and like love and service and light are something that like I, and I know Alex also, like that we aspire to make it is a foundation of not just our relationship but also our lives.
Yeah.
But it's important to consider that they're like, it's almost like, virtue untested is no virtue at all. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's frustrating to meet with these personalities that are
Yeah.
just blocks of dull dead wood. And it's just like it'd be so much nicer if just the light of the sun would just ignite them and they just clear the way for like happy people and good times. But really, but then there'd be no work to do. Then
Exactly.
it's
That's
static.
true.
There's no balance. And
Yeah.
so that, yeah, that there's only light. Well, the value of the light is relative, unfortunately, to like darkness. Because
Mm-hmm.
if everything was bright and everything was white, there'd be no nothing interest, there'd be no separation, there'd be no expression.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you're, I mean, I feel unqualified to guide people into deeper darkness because I think they're doing a great job. Like keep it up. But at the same time, to aspire to be more, it's tough work, and you go it alone a lot. And really, like the work is not in your mind, it's in your heart. And
Yeah.
so, really, the light will come from within because that's where it springs from to begin with. And it's just a lack of remembrance and believing the noise and using your mind and thinking, I gotta, if I use my head, I can solve my way out of the box. But the
Mm-hmm.
puzzle is not about your mind, it's about your heart. And
That's
so,
exactly right.
clean the dust off the mirror, find good people. Good association goes a long way. And
Yep.
just, yeah, trust your gut, trust your heart. If instinct, if source, spirit, Godhead, whatever says don't do it, if you do it, don't be surprised if you get exactly what you knew was coming.
If it blows up in your face, yes. That's a good one. Thank you so much for doing this today with me. So yeah, I'm missing Indira. She's usually here with me, but she's really, really sick. So you guys have been such a delight to have on the show. And so thank you so much for doing this. And for everybody out there, be the light and do the good that you want to see. I mean, I guess there's a saying out there. It's like I can't remember how it goes right now, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly. That's
Gandhi.
what it is. Be the
Mahatma Gandhi.
light. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so we all need to do our share of doing that. And so thank you so much for you guys. I'm so grateful for you guys for being here today. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
And
you.
We're two people, but there's only one Indira. Get better, Indira.
Yes,
Listen to the Crones. Men are welcome. This is a safe space for men also.
that it is. You named it. You called it. Oh, thank you so much. And you guys have a great weekend. We love you. And if you need help, email us, and we are your tribe. So find your tribe, find your people.